Konnichiwa mina. Hello everybody. Welcome to chapter 2 of the Exodus story. So, hold on 1 second. Here we go. Okay. Chapter 2, guys. Scoot my camera over a little bit. And let me sit up too. Alright. So let's go, guys. So, chapter 2. Shooting stars fell like neon pebbles, striking the planet with a delicacy unknown to all those that inhabited it. A cute girl with white hair, late teens, perhaps floated elegantly over a narrow stream that sat between two pairs of craggy hills beneath the star shower. The shooting stars were small, each no longer than the size of a fist. They set ripples across the slowly moving water as they hit the surface, puffing stardust back into the air above. She dodged every star with an equal amount of grace. "I've got it," said the white-haired girl, bringing her levitating stride nearly to half above the water. At first, it appeared she was talking out loud to herself, but then a figure emerged from the shadows near the crags. Somewhere the light of the falling stars couldn't reach. "Yes, Skyrus," the figure asked as the unscaving a pen from her robes. "I know what to call this place," called Skyrus. "Star Bliff Summit." "Star Bliff Summit?" echoed the drifter on the riverbank. "Star Bluff Summit," repeats Skyrus, "because I didn't think they would actually betray us. Didn't think that Victoria could betray us. I thought we were bluffing. Bluffing when she threatened to leave. I call their bluff." The drifter listened intently to Skyrus's words. "Add that to the records. I want to see the name when I look at this location on the map. It'll serve as a member of lessons learned from the past," explained Cyrus. The drifter on shore nodded and began scribbling away on a large piece of parchment. Skyrus moved along above the stream, but stopped again when she spotted a large broken antler washed up on the shore. She hung her head sadly and spoke without reading. "Their violence is beyond any healthy guild rivalry, but it'll be the end of us all." Skyrus and her colleague continued drifting and riding, following the stream until it plunged into a drop-off. Just when one thought at the riverbed was the very bottom, it became clear that the stream and its surrounding sharp hills were the flip of a high mountain. But how could a bunch of pointed foothills and enough flat land to a stream be at the top of a mountain? Eventide was full of surprises. Flashes of gold energy surged through the skies as a region of angels and antlers began assailing and partially rebuild Skyborn Castle. They brought them to the torrent of the rain and the thunderclouds, brandishing blades of all colors, shapes, and sizes. Frightened Skyborn drifters rushed out of the castle only to be caught up in an onrush. Skyrus D. Castle, leader of the Ambush Guild, rose from her table deep in the heart of the castle at the sound of her panicked guildmates. She zoomed past a fearful soldiers as she rounded corners and blew past hall after hall, racing to get to the gate. The looks on people's faces caused her to expect the worst. House Singard was an unreasonable man who ran an unreasonable guild. There was no negotiating. They were bent on total conquest. At last, she arrived at the castle doors, but it was too late. If was if was worse if was worse than the worst, her feet retouched the floor as she greeted her guest. What can I do for you, Victoria? You don't have to break in. You know you're always welcome here, Skyrus said in a surprisingly sweet tone. Her eyes spoke otherwise. At the forefront of the humanoid deer-like army was the beautiful Victoria. She called forward her vanguard, an even more glamorous creature they called Victory. If looked human with a sparkling eyes and plush lips, adorned in a shredded cloaks of masts with bright gold armor and red ribbons. It even held out a claw-like hand, and it looked like it was trapped within the halberd. All of this point to the idea that she was human, except she had huge wings. Can we talk about this, Vic? Skyrus found herself pleading once again. Just then, lightning struck outside the castle walls, the unfinishing ceiling revealing a flash, and the sound of a dragon's wing beat. Could be heard, carrying by a cold wind. Skyrus always knew a dragon when she heard one. Was Victoria really cold enough to be in the League of the Dragonis already? As if in response to both questions, Victoria answered with a simple, "We don't work with anyone." Suddenly, a figure appeared, like smoke between Skyrus and Victoria, a deep crimson mist evaporating around him as he rose from a knelt position. He had descended from an open ceiling, and he made no noise other than a loud flap of his red cloak. He pushed his pointed hood back halfway, revealing a glowing red eye as he turned to face Skyrus. "Leave, Victoria. This is not your battle anymore," shouted Skyrus, kneeling as if about to take off like a rocket. In the blink of an eye, a huge double doors came crashing down. A magnitude of gigantic dragons landed in the vicinity and destroyed the entrance. Leading the way was a swarm of smaller ones, not far behind. A masked green drake slithered forward and swung its claws at the white-haired guild leader, and easily crocheted off her blue halberd with a clang. "Everything is our battle," said Victoria, but it was too late. Skyrus had gone. "You picked the wrong time to advance on Skyborn, Hal," she said now to the man in the red cloak, "and if you thought we worked together to bring down Skyborn today, you were sorely mistaken." The drifter in red turns 360 degrees, completely ignoring the brunette and her unit of colorful creatures in the foray. He surveyed his forces that far outnumbered everything and anyone else. Dragons, with their slippery cousins and sliths, were all coming in for a landing. Weather permitted, some had riders. Drifters, clothed in various shades of red and maroon, while others flew solo. Skyrus ascended at a rapid pace, and change in altitude caused her to black out a couple of times for a half a second. She didn't dare look down until she saw the world curving. When she did, she felt something like relief at the sight of a man in blue soaring to match her speed. The familiar blue robes belonged to a drifter named Kareth. He was a drifter she trusted, but he was but but he was just a drifter. There were no more ladder rankings, higher held positions, or council meetings of her guild. All of that was abolished with the ultimatum disaster 3 months ago, when the four most elite, most talented, most trusted members of Skyborn betrayed her. I was so bad. Wait, it was so bad. There was given a name for it. Kareth shouted a status report as they approached Skyrus' side. They were shaking from the G-forces bearing down to them as they continued to fly higher. We need to get the dragons away from the council before they cause more damage. Skyrus replied after her assessment of the situation. I'm sorry, guys. Already on it, said Carl. He and Skyrus looked down and saw at least several hundred Skyborn drifters heading towards them. The drifters in the red are not far behind. Kareth and Skyrus took to a horizontal swerve as they saw dragons bridging a gap fast. There's too many of them. I know, Skyrus agreed. Now level with the earth, her arms and legs were tucked deep within the layered robes, close to her body in order to prevent drag. What do we do? Gather as many of us as you can and wall a counterattack. We're going to head straight to the source. You will? This won't take long. She turned to fly off on a side course before adding quietly, I hope. So, yeah, guys, that is the end of chapter 2. This is crazy. Skyrus can't, accept the fact that her friend Victoria is a traitor, and she created her own army called the Order, and she's inside the Dragonis castle. We meet House Singard. We meet Kareth, which Kareth is like Skyrus's right-hand man. So Skyrus is fighting these dragons, and you would think that Victoria is on a team with the dragons, but then she's all like, no, we are not partnering up with Skyborn, we're not partnering up with dragons, we are our own team, and we're gonna fight against the Skyborn guild. So, yeah, Victoria. I said enough about her. You get it. But, yeah, guys, that is the end of chapter 2. And I hope you guys enjoyed. I will be reading chapter 3 in the next video, which that one is a little bit longer. So this video is going to be a little bit long, but that's okay. This was fun to read. I love reading to you guys. This is fun. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed. Please leave a comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all next time. Matane!